There's a quiet kind of exhaustion that comes from constantly narrating your life to people who were never really listening. You know what that exhaustion is? It's your soul telling you to stop performing for an audience that only showed up to judge the show, clarifying your decisions, justifying your boundaries, smoothing your edges so they don't take offense. But here's the thing, some people don't misunderstand you, they benefit from you being misunderstood. Because when you're unclear, you're easier to mold, easier to guilt, easier to manipulate. Let's get on it. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential. Remember, transformation starts with action. So take today's insight, make it your own, and awaken your inner potential. Because remember, greatness begins within. Catch you tomorrow for your next Power Boost. In today's boost, we're talking about the liberation that comes when you stop over-explaining, when you stop handing out permission slips for your truth, when you stop clarifying your character to people who've already decided what version of you serves their needs. This isn't about being rude, it's about being rooted. Because clarity isn't owed, it's earned through self-loyalty. I used to think I had a communication problem. Every transition, every pivot, every time I honored a new season, I felt compelled to write an emotional press release for people who weren't even subscribers. One Tuesday morning, I caught myself rehearsing a speech in my car, practicing how I'd explain my latest decision to someone who'd already made it clear they preferred the old version of me. That's when it hit me. I wasn't unclear about my path. I was uncommitted to disappointing people who were never really rooting for me anyway. That realization didn't just save me time, it saved my sanity. Let's shift with 3 reminders. Number 1, your evolution isn't up for committee vote. Some people are only loyal to the version of you they could control. Your growth threatens their comfort, and they'll disguise their resistance as concern. You don't need their permission to become who you're meant to be. 2, you're not unclear, you're uncommitted. Uncommitted to shrinking, uncommitted to performing, uncommitted to making your truth digestible for people who only want bite-sized pieces of your authenticity. When you're truly clear, your actions speak louder than your explanations. And 3, you get to walk away mid-sentence from conversations that drain you, from people who only stay to critique your plot, from the exhausting belief that you owe anyone access to your becoming. You don't need to finish every story, especially not for people who were never really listening. Let's take a breath. You don't have to keep offering proof. You don't need to shrink your truth into bite-sized pieces. You're allowed, fully allowed, to trust that your clarity is enough. Your identity isn't confused because you're changing. It's expanding because you're finally committed to honoring who you're becoming instead of managing who you used to be. If you're tired of being the narrator of your own life story instead of the author, stop explaining and start aligning. The Inner Potential Discovery Call isn't about convincing me you're ready. It's about you finally believing it. Or join the Real Mastery Hub and grow into your next level without asking for permission. Just visit realmasteryhub.com. On the next episode, it's reclaiming your power from external expectations. Because leadership gets clearer when your identity leads and not the approval of others. Until then, lead true, grow from identity, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Power Boost. ignite your potential. Remember, transformation starts with action. So take today's insight, make it your own, and awaken your inner potential. Because remember, greatness begins within. Catch you tomorrow for your next Power Boost.